Here's a petition that came to my attention this morning. MoveOn.org has a petition out there, Jen. And the petition says very simply that if members of Congress really don't plan on doing any more work for the rest of the year, then they should surrender their paychecks. 30,000 people have signed up in this petition. It was just released yesterday by MoveOn.org. I imagine there'll be like 30 million people by the end of today. But it does raise the question, can we really expect them to get anything serious done this year? I hear both sides of that. Some people say, yeah, Republicans know they need to have some things that they can brag about, and so do Democrats, so they will
So what
eventually.
would they get done then, do you think? What's the thing they could get done?
Immigration reform?
Are you serious? You want to make a bet right now here on the air?
No, but you don't.
No. I mean, they're not going to get anything done this year. I would place a wager with anybody. I mean, not just because there's this, there's so much partisan logjam in there, but because it's an election year. It's a midterm election year. And what is it now, February? It's just part of the calendar.
Which is still pretty early.
It is
in the
early,
year.
but about 6 months out, everything shifts. So you've probably got to like April or so until their mindsets really turn and only focus on getting reelected.
Well, let me challenge that a little bit. So, and I don't know. You cover it. I don't every day. So, but there, everybody said you couldn't get anything done. Then before the end of the year, rather, they got a little budget deal done. A little one, but it was a bipartisan budget deal. Can't get anything done. Then they got the Farm Bill through the House, right?
2 years late, but yes.
2 years late, but they got done. Bipartisan. President signed it. No Republicans showed up, but at least the bill. And then they said, can't get anything done. Well, then we're going to shut down the government maybe, or we're going to demand something to raise the debt ceiling. And then, whoop, they caved. They raised the debt ceiling. No strings attached at all. Now, mostly Democrats voted for it, but my point is they did get it done. So
the bare minimum. They got the bare minimum done. They passed a budget.
Yeah.
And they didn't send the nation's debt situation spiraling.
But therein therein contained the seeds of hope that they could get together on one other issue. If it's not immigration reform, I don't know what it might be.
I mean, it's
minimum wage, unemployment insurance.
I mean, it's always possible. I've learned from many lost bets that, you can't ever really predict what's going to happen in Congress. But again, because it is a midterm election year, it's so partisan in there. Nobody wants to get anything done. I mean, at least it is the goal of a faction of the Republicans in the House to not do anything. Yeah. So they are in fact winning right now by doing nothing. So
They came here to do nothing.
Right, because they don't believe in government having much of a role in your life. So if they work for Congress, if they're a member of Congress and they're gumming up government, success.
Right.
So, I mean, between now and April or May, that's the real window. If they're going to do anything, it's between now and May. And I don't think it's going to be immigration reform. And they're so divided already amongst themselves within the Republican Party, let alone working out a deal with Democrats. I just don't see how they get anything done
there.
Now,
you are there every day, right? So if they...
Every single day.
Yeah. Well, so if they're not holding hearings and debating issues and passing legislation, what the hell are they doing?
I mean,
how do they spend their time?
There are hearings. There are hearings going on all the time. It's just,
but they're just.
But what are the hearings about? A lot of them. Some of them are for show.
Benghazi hearings.
There's quite a few Benghazi hearings. Some more hearings looking at the IRS and the kinds of buzz issues that Republicans in the House want to keep talking about. There are hearings, and there's legitimate hearings going on too. There's always hearings, so it's not like absolutely nothing's happening. But in terms of, hearings are supposed to lead to a bill advancing. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And that's where the disconnect is. I really don't see anything right now that's moving. I don't know what the next issue is going to be. I don't think it's going to be immigration reform. I know Democrats they are making a big push on a minimum wage increase and extending unemployment insurance, but there are no signs right now that Republicans are ready to support either one of those. So, I really don't know. It seems to me it's going to be a lot more back and forth, a lot of messaging in the coming months, and that feeds right into the election cycle. It's going to be a lot of messaging for each party, who they are as a party, in why they're better than the other party. That's pretty much what this is going to be this year.
And most of the Republican messaging around Obamacare.
Right. Republicans want to just keep talking about Obamacare, which is arguably why they don't want to do immigration reform. They want to stay focused on something that they are all united on, which is how much they don't like Obamacare.
Yeah.
So that's what Republicans will talk about, and Democrats will want to talk about the minimum wage and unemployment insurance, because it's messaging. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just means that those are the issues that get their base excited.
Right.
So that's pretty much what I think is going to happen all year.